Hello and welcome everybody. My name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com and I'm here to do the lovely Leo September horoscope. Now, if you haven't joined me before, very briefly, I'll tell you what I do because it's a bit different. Firstly, I'll draw two tarot cards and I like to have a little clairvoyant vision before I actually turn each card over. We'll have a look on my website also during this video about the meaning of Mars retrograde for you this month. We'll have a look at your horoscope, and then right at the end I'll do some psychic channeling where I have visions, clairvoyant visions, and see how they relate to the actual cards and your horoscope for the month. So without further ado, let's go to the board now and draw those two tarot cards. Alrighty, so here we go. Very easy. Looking at lovely Leo, that one's standing out to me. Lovely Leo for the month of September. What do I see for you? Okay, I'm in a cave, and in the cave there's a magnifying glass and there's also your horoscope wheel. And I'm looking at your horoscope wheel with this magnifying glass. It's like there's some hidden gems, some things that, will come out that are not, directly seeable, visible in your horoscope wheel, but something's going to come out. They're also saying where there's smoke, there's fire. I can see a whole lot of smoke. And this could be the fire of spirit, really motivating and inspiring you. But let's have a look and we'll draw this card now. Okay, it's the Ace of Cups. This is all about your emotions. And because it's associated with water, it actually could help you feel a little bit better physically. You might have more energy, for example. Cups signify water. Water is the fuel to our emotions, and it gives us energy, allowing those emotions to come out, because all too often we're too bottled up with feelings that we haven't expressed. And water is the chi force, symbolically. Okay, so let's have a look at the second. That's a bit better. Let's have a look at the second card for you now. That one is jumping out. Closing my eyes now, and what do I see for lovely Leos? Okay, I see somebody and they've got, it's like an ice cream in their hands. I don't know what this means. All the world is an ice cream. Maybe look for the sweetness in life. Maybe there's some pleasure that you can have in life that you haven't been availing yourself to. And they're just showing me all this confectionery and ice creams, lollies we call them. I think you call them candies in the States. And I'm in a lolly factory, and there's conveyor belts running off zillions and zillions of lollies. So maybe this is something to do with having a sweet tooth. Please do so in moderation if you're going to have sugar, because it's not that good for you actually. It's not good for you at all. Okay, now they're showing me lots of little diamonds. Diamonds are formed under heat and pressure, and so you may have been feeling stressed or had some tension lately or some pressure. But it's like I'm looking at a ring, and it's a marquisite ring, which you don't see that around anymore, but all of these tiny little diamonds, these are actual diamonds. I don't think marquisite, I don't think that is actual, that's not actual diamonds. I think it's actually called marquisite stone. But these are actual diamonds that I can see, but it looks like marquisite. Okay, and wow. Well, here's the pressure and the tension here in the Five of Cups. Okay, so you could be feeling a little bit disappointed in a situation. See these raindrops up the top? They can signify tears. This could be a separation of some kind. You see these two cups separated over here on the left-hand side, and on the right, 3 cups. With this type of energy, it's always good to focus on what you do have. Yes, you might have missed out on an opportunity, or Something might have ended recently. It didn't go the way that you wanted, particularly because there's a red rose here. It could be unlucky in love. Perhaps we use, or some of us may use, relationships as a kind of sweetener to life. And so Spirit is saying with the ice cream, find your own sweetness rather than look for sweetness in a relationship. We all want a sweet relationship, don't we? But, you know, life's not like that. Sometimes it turns into chili. Relationships can easily turn into chili, which is fine if you're a chili eater, but I'm not. And so some disappointment here. But do know that it's only for a time. It is going to pass. You're not going to have your whole life be set with disappointment. And on that note, I'm just going to draw another card, that one's standing out, to get some clarification for lovely Leos for the month of September 2020. What do I see? Okay, it's like, you know, when you go mining. I'm down in the cave again. I thought it was a cave, maybe it's a mine. Somebody's showing me, I think it's a gas lamp. In the old days, the miners, they used to use these lamps. That's what I can see. It's like saying you can make your own light. Okay, so you can carry your own light, the light of your awareness. When you look at a situation and go over it in your mind, you're bringing light to a situation. It's always advisable not to have your ego in there. So don't go in with an opinion. Just say, when you're looking at these things, say, I'm open and willing to look at the truth. Send that out into the universe, because sometimes the truth's not what we expect. But we've got to examine all of the energies within to find out what the actual truth is. Okay, this card is called the Seven of Swords, is known as the Thief in the Night card. It has been coming up a fair bit. Never used to come up, but the last month it's been coming up a fair bit. This is where the traditional meaning is somebody's stealing from you, your money, your possessions, that sort of thing. Something on the physical sort of realm. And swords is about thinking about it. Okay, the mental realm. And but I see it a bit more broadly than that, because I see if somebody's stolen, it's not just the physical item that they've stolen, it's your self-respect, or perhaps you may feel violated, and so it's a lot more than just the physical item. I also sometimes interpret this as moving away from a bad situation because she's made some decisions. The way that she moves away might not be ideal, but at least she's moving. She's looking back on what has happened, and yeah, maybe it wasn't a positive split from the situation or the person. She made some decisions. Maybe she said some things that were horrible or not true, or it was overkill what she said, but she made some decisions, and she's made them physically manifest, because see, there's two swords in the ground here. And so this is all about opening the chakras as well. That symbol there, it's symbolic of diamonds, the pressure. Remember, I was just talking about diamonds. The pressure and the tension that we're under in order to produce diamonds. The other symbol, this symbol here, the other interpretation is that it can be the chakras opening up. Okay, so something, I feel like something is ending, not under ideal circumstances. Perhaps I feel like it's already ended, actually, for many of you, but you're still sort of stuck there in a sense, and you're in the process of moving on. Okay, so that's the cards. Let's have a look now at my web page, and we're going to talk about Mars. And Mars is retrograde in your 9th house this month. The 9th house is the house of the higher mind. It's all about your spirituality, and also can be about travel. So in that card there with the tense, sometimes that can indicate travel, because tense is more about traveling. If you take it more literally, you know, you're going camping and you've got tents and that sort of thing. So the ninth house can be about travel or the higher mind or even study, okay? Retraining for another situation. Mars gives you a lot of motivation and a lot of energy, and it goes retrograde on the 9th of September until November 14th. Now, it's good to allow a little bit of time either side of those dates because it's sort of coming on, the energy's coming on. It's known as the shadow period, and at the end the energy's coming off. Okay, so it's good to allow a little bit extra time. When it's retrograde, sometimes it can slow you down. So before the 9th, you might be feeling full of energy for study, or perhaps something to do with your spirituality or travel. And then after the 9th or thereabouts, then you find that energy is sort of fading, or maybe you feel a bit frustrated because you can't perhaps enroll in what you want or find the course you want to do, or there's some other issue with it. With this energy, it's good to delay important decisions, because with all retrogrades, you'll find when the planet turns direct, the situation's changed. And if you make an important decision while a planet's retrograde that directly affects your decision, you may have to go back and revisit it, okay? Sometimes Mars retrograde can cause problems in your relationships, and especially your family or your lover or husband. And there can be arguments about sex and also money, which I'll talk about shortly. Okay, so let's have a look here. It's a great time to review your life, okay? If you feel the anger coming up, go back inside and try to remember the first time you felt like this. How far back can you go in your life when you first felt this feeling, okay? Because there's an original point of creation, and if you can get back to that point in your mind, then you can make another decision and allow that anger to transform. Alrighty, so let's now go back to the board, and we're going to look at your horoscope. And here it is here. Okay, and you'll see 6th of August to the 6th of September, Venus is here in your 12th house of the subconscious. This is sort of what I call the house of the goddess. And down deep, there may be some romantic yearnings for someone who may be unavailable to you in some way, okay? Or it could be that a friend or a loved one needs you very much. With this, sometimes personal sacrifices need to be made. 18th of August to the 5th of September, there's a lot of activity here in your second house of finances. And the sun, that's that one there, the sun is there. And what this means is there's a focus on your money and key possessions, okay? So it brings insight and awareness into how to manage your budget and the next financial steps you should take. So it also, you can see, I was talking about with this card, money and possessions being stolen by somebody else along with your self-esteem or self-respect. Okay, so there's some agreement here. 26th of August to the 24th of September, Mars conjuncts Mars. Desire to make a fresh start. You could have lots of energy up until the 9th of September when Mars goes retrograde, and then the energy lessens. So it's important, if you start something new, to know that you might not feel quite as motivated after the 9th or thereabouts, that the energy might drop off. So in other words, don't bite off more than you can chew. 2nd of September, full moon in your 8th house. Here, that's supposed to be a full moon. I pen them in because I've got software that does all this, and I've had it for about 10 years actually, and if I tick the moon box, I get pages and pages and pages of stuff that only lasts for a few hours or a day or something, and it takes too long, so I end up penning them in. And with the full moon here, this is transforming the energy around intimacy and also shared resources. Okay, so there could be some change in a relationship, like a marriage, where a whole lot of stuff comes up and you have to deal with it. And it can also indicate other people's resources or shared resources with somebody else. That could be in a marriage, or it could be a loan, taxation, 401k, we call that superannuation in Australia. Okay, 5th of September to the 27th of September, Mercury moves from here into the 3rd house. Mercury is all about communications, and the 3rd house is also all about communications. And so you could have a lot of intellectual curiosity. You could be reading and thinking, and fritter your time away socialising. Might be a lot of frequent outings, particularly in your local area. Okay, 5th of September to the 2nd of October, Venus conjuncts Ascendant. Okay, you could be particularly charming, appealing and attractive right now. You could meet new attractive friends, or friends that are attracted to you, or new people that are really, looking to you, noticing you. You could enhance your appearance and make an excellent impression on new people. 5th of September to the 2nd of October, Venus in your 1st house. So Venus here is moving into your sign. This is really lovely because it gives you sort of an aura of peacefulness, beauty, harmony. These are all the things that Venus looks after. She also looks after money. Okay, so you could have a strong desire for harmony and peace. You want to avoid unpleasantness in your life. Pleasure and affection are important to you now. 17th of September, new moon in your 2nd house. So there is a bit about money here. That's the new moon, new beginnings in the money sector. Okay, and up here, with all this energy up here, shared resources with other people. So there could be money coming to you from a loan, from your superannuation or 401k, or any number of other places, but your focus is on money. Okay, 21st of September to the 22nd of October, Sun in your 3rd house. The Sun then moves along here. So the Sun is actually going to go across from 2nd, 3rd and 4th this month. So you're going to be very busy, lovely Leos. Okay, with the Sun in your 3rd house, there's lots of communications and activity, calls and errands, especially in your local area, chatting to neighbours. You get a lot of insight and awareness. Somebody in your local area or close to you could give you some really good or vital information. 22nd of September to the 1st of October, Mars squares Saturn. Okay, so in this time, you could have some frustration, irritability and some blockages. Take a deep breath and be patient. It's not for very long. It's only for 9 days. So with Mars retrograde from the 9th, maybe the energy comes out as restlessness and irritability, and it's good to go and walk if you can possibly walk, to try and walk it out. Okay, do some exercise to get that frustration out of you. 26th of September to the 27th of October, Mercury moves from the 3rd house into the 4th house. You could have a lot of nostalgia and memories from the past coming back up. Write it all down in a journal because you might actually hear some news of somebody you knew in the past. There could be a school reunion or something like that, or maybe family members are talking about the past, what happened when you grew up and that sort of thing. 28th of September to the 5th of October, Mars squares Saturn. You could have strong amorous feelings, but they might be difficult to fulfill. Your partner might be unavailable, maybe he's distant in some way or she's distant, and it just doesn't pan out that you can get your natural urges fulfilled at that time. Again, take a deep breath and be patient, okay? Because it's not for very long, it's only a week. You'll be okay. Alrighty, so now what I'm going to do is close my eyes for you, lovely Leo, and see what I can see in the month of September 2020. What do I see? The door's opening up in front of me here on the right side. There's actually, I'm in a corridor. Yeah, there's a change in direction because I can see down the corridor and there's a brick wall at the end. So yes, that is a blockage. But then I turn to the right and I can go around. So I'm on a path, but then I have to tweak it. I have to change direction. Down here on my right side, there's a whole lot of doors. I've got a whole lot of choices or opportunities. But I could cut to the chase and get straight to the brick wall and then change direction to the right. It's up to you. You could go to the left if you want to, and so that would mean that you're using your creativity to get around the obstacle. For some reason I'm pulled to the right, which says to me that do the right actions, follow the rules and go around it. I sort of feel for me, because I'm renovating, I might have a issue with the council or something in the plans or something like that. The authority figures are blocking what I want to do, and so I will find another way around it, okay? It's only a little bit out of my way. I've only got to take maybe 2 or 3 steps, and then I can continue on and go around it, okay? It might be more expense or something I didn't intend. And the same for you. It's a little bit out of your way, but you can manage this block on this pathway that you're on at the moment. Okay, anything else for lovely Leos? Oh yes, there's a whole heap of gold coins here. I did see them before, but too much happening, as it's downloading. I can't talk quickly enough. So they brought the gold coins back to show me again. And gold coins are about transformation at a very high level, okay? You may or may not necessarily be aware of this because it's gold. It's a high frequency. Only if you tune in, you'll notice. Perhaps if you're distracted with everyday events, you won't notice. However, this does mean lots of change. It could actually impact on your money, but that's not very likely. Now I'm seeing I'm in a room and there's a lot of flooding, okay? So flooding is about emotions, and it's like your emotions are coming up and sort of over the top. I really feel, and I'll say this is my brain, this is not spirit talking, this is my brain talking, my opinion. I really feel it's to do with a significant relationship like a husband or a partner. If you don't have a husband or a partner, then it's that energy within you. You're fighting and you're in conflict with yourself. And so I feel like it's like a impasse. There's some elephant in the room, and it's like you've talked about it and talked about it and talked about it, and you've reached an impasse. That's this wall I can see in the corridor. You've reached this impasse, and it's just you have to go around it to keep going. It's like it never really gets dealt with. It's like two stubborn people or immovable object. You just can't get it to move no matter what you do. So you have to just keep on going because, you'll just get stuck if you don't. Now there's a whole lot of dollars here. This is about money, because I know when I see the actual dollar note, it is about money, perhaps you want to leave a relationship, you can't because of the money situation or something like that. The money is falling out of the sky, as money does, apparently. The money is falling out of the sky. So the money is coming, there is money coming to you. It could be from an inheritance, and that was in your horoscope because it's the 8th house. It could be an inheritance, or money coming from another person to you, okay? There seems to be more money coming, so yeah, don't worry too much about the money. Okay, that's it for this month. Thank you very much for watching, lovely Leos. Please consider subscribing to my channel and hit that notification bell. I'm only too happy to answer your comments. A like and a share, I would really appreciate that. Okay, but most importantly, have a very wonderful month and be kind to each other. Okay, thank you and bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.